Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings 2, a Game of Thrones, and we are back with our Clegane Let's Play. Now, if you didn't watch the last episode, a lot of things happened and everything kind of went a bit backwards, I'm afraid. Everything's kind of got slightly delayed on this playthrough. So basically what happened, our father was imprisoned, who were playing as Arnold the Ruthless of Fang Tower. Arnold Clegane, the son of Gregor Clegane, he was actually hanged by King Tion for not really any reason. We were just kind of arrested out of nowhere. And we weren't given a chance to fight for ourselves, we weren't given a chance for a trial, he just hanged us. So we're now playing as Cloud, we'll go with Claude I think. Claude Clegane, which is going to be difficult to say. Why did I call him Claude? And in the meantime, while my father was in prison, our regent, who I can't quite remember who it was, I think it was Caroline Sand, gave Lannisport to my brother Braun. So kind of everything we had in place in terms of taking the High Lordship of Lannisport or Castle Rock has kind of gone backwards because we can't attack the king because we don't have the men for it, and we've now lost part of the land anyway. So if we wanted him to be part of our High Lordship, we'd have to attack him again, and he's got claims on everything that we've got claims on as well. So the advantage we do have is we do have claims on Sarsfield right now. So we have a claim on Sarsfield, Oxcross and Goldshire, so we do have a claim on a High Lordship. But this is basically, actually I think that's what got my father, yeah, that was it. I said no reason, but basically he told us not to fight anymore. He told us not to fight Sarsfield, and we refused his request, and he imprisoned us. And I don't want the same to happen to Claude, because we would end up playing as Dunstan Clegane, who has no real skills at the moment, unfortunately. He's not a formidable fighter or anything like that. I said the game playing, he wants us to be a commander. I'm going to decline because, I mean, he hanged my father. I'm not going to work for him, am I? I'm not going to help him out. Luckily we have become into a character who is still pretty decent. He is a formidable fighter. He is slothful though, which is a bit annoying. It would have actually been better, I think, to play as Braun. He's got 26 martial, and he's got some brilliant traits as well, so he probably would have been the better brother to play as. My mother is causing all sorts of problems, so I'm going to marry her off to someone else, if we can. Someone who's not in my court, preferably. I mean, she's not a bad spy master, but at the same time, she's kind of ruined everything at the moment, so I'm going to marry her off to someone in the Reach, so she's out of my court and out of my way, just to stop her from plotting anything or trying to cause problems. Oberyn of the Dawn has declared a war against someone from Brimstone. There is a war going on right now, actually, which is between, I think it's the Westerlands and the Iron Isles. Well, that's still going on. I thought there was another one. Possibly, I can't quite remember. But yeah, we are still attacking the Iron Isles, as we have been for pretty much years now, to be honest. Which is a bit annoying. I kind of was hoping the war would be over, or at least he'd lose and lose all his men, but so far he's still got 25,000 men, we have 4,000 men. Still more than, okay, it's not more than Sarsfield have now, because we lost Lannisport, of course, so we lost a lot of our men. We do not have a claim on Lannisport, which is a bit annoying. We are trying to improve diplomatic relations, but I'm going to change that to trying to fabricate a claim, just in case we need it later on. But I don't really want to attack my brother because it may mean he leaves my court. I mean, he hasn't got any heirs yet, but he is huge and his wife is a genius. Our wife is also a genius, so hopefully that passes on to at least one of our children. It hasn't so far, but we do have 2 sons. So the dynasty is pretty secure, but we have taken a step back in terms of the amount of land we have. My sister is now of legal age. She's not married to anyone, so we'll try and get her married off for an alliance if we can. But I'm not quite sure who will help us. We can get an alliance with the Paramount of the Stormlands or the Reach. Ooh, that could be useful actually. Actually, what alliances do we have at the moment? We don't have any, so I feel like if we manage to get that, then that's really going to help us. If we can arrange a betrothal between him and my sister. We'll try it. We'll see if they'll form an alliance with us. They might not turn out to work like that, but that would be really useful, because then if we do need to go to battle... Okay, wow, okay. Pretty sure the last Targaryen just died. Yeah, okay, the last Targaryen, Daemon Targaryen, was just hanged by Edric of the Iron Throne. Oh dear, all the Targaryens. Where are the dragons gone to then? So Drogon is in Dragonstone. Rhaegal is over still in Meereen. And what about Viserion? Viserion's also in Meereen. Fair enough. So one of the dragons is pretty close by, but we're not in a position to go and capture it. I mean, that would be incredible, having a Clegane riding a dragon into battle, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Can we form... Okay, the Reach won't form an alliance yet. They may do when he's of age, but it's possibly his regent is saying not to do it, but maybe when he becomes fully of age, we can form an alliance. If not, we've still got some prestige out of it, and we've still got a powerful friend in the Reach. Actually, we do have an alliance with Tarbeck Hall. Not the most reliable alliance, not the most awe-inspiring, to be honest. What sort of factions are going on, actually? Factions in the Kingdom of the Rock. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, okay, she's just in our court. I thought she was a Clegane who had a claim on the Reach then. On the Rock, sorry. Unfortunately not. Can we start any faction? I don't think anyone's going to join our factions. There's not much point doing that. We're just going to have to deal with what we have at the moment. At some point I do want to take Sarsfield. Okay, there we go. So my cousin is now the king. Edric Baratheon has died, and Lord Walder has taken the throne, who is married to... I can't quite remember how we're connected. I don't think we are, actually. I think... Yeah, no, he's my cousin. Somehow we're family, I'm not quite sure how, but that does mean we need a new Justiciar. Lauren will have to do, we don't have anyone better. Try and fabricate a claim on Lannisport if we can. We also need a bodyguard now that Walder's gone. Who's our best fighter? 4, 4.5, 6, possibly an option, 5.5. Yeah, so whoever had 6, it was Mirelle. So she's our new bodyguard. It's useful, though, to see that one of our close kind of family members or allies is on the throne. Unfortunately, we can't form an alliance with him. That would be pretty cool if we could. And actually, his heir is still in our court as well. Most of the Baratheon family seem to be in our court, which is a bit weird. So the war with the Iron Isles is finally finished. I'm glad that's over with. He's only got 12,000 men now at the moment. My son Dunson does his homework and is always on time for his lessons. So we can say he has a good mentor, which gives him the trait Diligent. Well, I'm going to go for that, because nothing else helps. So being diligent, as you were about to see, really helps him improve his stats. Every single stat goes up, and I kind of want that for my son. I want him to be a really good character. He does need to get married at some point. Could marry the Princess of the Iron Throne, which could be an interesting thing. We'll leave it for now, though. We'll see if there's any better matches later on. Poachers have been seen in Fang Tower, so I should probably send my Spymaster and my Marshal to investigate. I can say they've got more important things to do, which gives us the trait Merciful, or poachers will be eliminated. Well, I don't like poachers, so we're going to try and root them out from wherever they are. We've been invited to a tournament of Sarsfield. We'll go and try and prove our worth, see if we can win this tournament. Not sure we will be able to, but we'll give it our best go. So my Spymaster caught 2 young poachers, and did my Marshal... Yeah, okay, my Marshal did as well. I'll tell them to deal with them themselves and let them decide the punishment, what they think is fit and best. So King Walder on the Iron Throne. I still can't quite remember how we're connected, to be honest. Oh, I remember. It was... Yeah, my aunt was married to Edric Storm. I remember now. So yeah, well, not a distant cousin really, but a cousin. Not one we can form an alliance with though, unfortunately, which is a bit annoying. That would be rather interesting if we could. So we managed to hit. I didn't quite see who we're fighting. Your Septon Lorien reports that Master Loren of Portfang has been humbled by your endless generosity to the poor. So Master Loren improves his relations with us. We were fighting Sir Tyrion Jaswell. We managed to knock him off. Jaswell, what a name that is. What a house name that is. So we managed to beat that in the first round of the tournament. Hopefully we can go a long way. We do need the money, to be honest. So we're now fighting Sir Jonah Yu. Decent duel skill, but again, we are better than him, and we managed to win that one as well. Can we go all the way? Can we win the tournament? Keep on the Clegane tradition of being just incredible fighters. That would be a nice thing to carry on. There is some sort of war going on. I'm not quite sure who against. Oh, I presume they're going to stop the raiding. We're now fighting Hector Crakehall. Very good fighter, actually. He's pretty much level with us, but looks like he's going to win this one. Okay, we managed to stay on our horse. Can we knock him off this time? We managed to hit him. Will he stay on, though? Oh, no, we managed to knock him off. Good fight there with Hector Crakehall. I think we've actually won the tournament there. Yeah, we managed to win the tournament. 50 gold and 100 prestige. That's what we like. Finally, we're not bankrupt anymore, so we can start to spend some money. But again, I'm not quite sure how we're going to progress from this point, because we've lost a lot of the advantage we had by losing Lannisport. That gave us 1,000 men, which would have given us enough to beat Sarsfield. So we may have to start looking elsewhere in terms of expansion, or try and kind of intrigue and plot our way to the top, but not really quite sure how. which is annoying. Do we have anyone we can marry to him? No, no one related to me directly. Lannisport Lannisport Peasant Revolt has declared Peasant Revolt against King Tion for Lannisport. So this is going to cost him more men as well, which is quite interesting. Lots of things are popping up. History is a subject that has always fascinated you. You spent the last few weeks studying the campaigns of King Gerald I Lannister. There are many lessons to be learned from his daring raid of the Iron Isles, where he took 100 Ironborn hostages. He kept them at Castle Rock, afterwards hanging one every time his shores were raided. So we're going to study this and get a student of strategy, which increases our martial slightly. And they want to take part in some war games. We will have a go and see if we manage to win them. As we assign tasks for the war game, we decide that Sylvia will defend with me, while Lauren will be leading the invading forces. At the beginning of the war game, the enemy tries quickly to advance up the hills in the area to gain a strategical advantage. So we can bring all our forces to contest the defensive grounds or rush forward with a light skirmish force before their force reach the hill. I think I'll bring all our forces forward. When our troops reach the top of the hill, Lauren smiles at us. He reveals the hidden troops that were deployed on the other side of the hill. Sylvia suggests we should focus on taking down one of the enemy troops quickly, so we can let our troops take up a defensive position, break off a small force to combat the hidden troops, or try and defeat them quickly with our entire force. That's what Sylvia wants, so we'll go with that and see if that works. It did, so we managed to get Adept at Strategy, which improves our martial and stewardship, and gives us some prestige. So we're becoming a better and better commander every single time. Now it'll be interesting to see what happens actually if they manage to take land, although there's a big army coming now. I mean, I guess we can't join his army or anything. No, obviously not. Yeah, it would have been interesting to see what happens if they'd taken Lannisport, if I could just take it from them, but that wasn't going to happen. Offense or defense, that is the question. So we can become an aggressive leader, which gives us more pursuit, more damage, but less defense. Defender, which gives us less damage, but more defense. Or unyielding, which gives us morale, defense, and defense. I think that's quite good, to be honest. Aggressive leader, would be good for pursuing them and making sure we can catch up with them. I think I'll go for unyielding, to be honest, though. Try and hold the line as long as we can. I feel like that's a very Clegane thing to do. To just hold the line as long as we can. It is very annoying. He has as a son now, Pate Clegane, or Pat Clegane. We'll call him Pate. That sounds a bit more authoritative than Pat. It's annoying we can't form an alliance with him, though. That would have been useful. I think we're probably gonna have to just accept that Lannisport now belongs to him, because I don't really want to fight him in a war, because I don't feel like that's going to be very useful for any of us. We do have 2 sons to carry on the line, though, as I said before. Let's just have a quick look to see if there's any who have any useful traits, specifically a genius trait. It's not worked out so far, unfortunately, but it may still help in the future. It doesn't look like there are any. We've probably married all the geniuses, to be honest, so I'm not too surprised. We need a new treasurer. Our treasurer died. Our best is Margot Hamill, 16 stewardship. That's pretty good. Okay, I thought I clicked the wrong button there. So she needs to collect taxes in Fang Tower. Can we replace... Well, no, okay. I was wondering if we could replace Sir Lauren, but no one's better than him, so he'll have to stick with it. We could try and invite someone to our court, but we'll try that another time. We'll kind of work with what we've got for now. So we can take Dunstan now as a squire, which we will do. It gives him more prestige, and we can knight him when he comes of age. We can force him to train, but the chance of succeeding is quite slim. Ashara died. Ah, that's unfortunate. She was a really good spy master. And of course we sent my mother away, who was our best spy master. So we're going to have to look for a new spy master, because a spy master with a 9 is not useful at all. So is there anyone that wants to join my court who can be a spy master? It can be male or female in this case. Spy masters are a lot easier to do. I can't see... okay, there's a few that will join on my court. Jonquil and Ellery. We'll go with Jonquil because she's only 16, so she can stay with us for quite a long time. While we're here, we'll quickly look for another steward, or a Castellan who can replace him. It has to be male, though, in this case. So, are there any men with good stewardship? Not particular. I can't see anyone that wants to join. We've got Roro, Seneschal of the Great Arm. 16 stewardship. Oh, no, it wasn't him. It was Lucas, sorry. Lucas Tyrell. Ooh, that's interesting, then. We'll have a Tyrell in court. He's quite old, though, so we're probably going to have to call in someone else as well to replace him when he dies. So we'll invite Allard as well. Allard Rivers. He's got a treasury skill of 16, I think it said, which is pretty good. So we'll wait for them to join our court, and then we'll mix them. Apparently Tragar Clegane can become a squire as well. My brother. Being educated by me now. He's not really turned out very well, to be honest, Tragar Clegane. He does need to get married as well. We'll sort that in just a second, once I've sorted my court out. So Jonquil will be our spy master. She'll go to Casterly Rock to keep an eye on them. And Lucas Toriel will be our Castellan and work in Fang Tower, hopefully to improve our income slightly. And our other one has arrived as well. So we need someone... he was being educated by our spy master. Fair enough. So we'll get him to be trained by the new spy master just for the last few years. So Margot apparently is also our best spy master, which is interesting enough. We'll get Jonquil to train him just for the last year of his education. So they're all married. Okay, she's still betrothed. Can we marry him to anyone useful? I mean, there's Marielle, Princess of the Iron Throne. Possibly the best match we're going to get, so we'll go for her. Gives him a bit less prestige, but hopefully at some point she'll get a claim. In fact, she might already have a claim on... Okay, she doesn't have a claim on the Iron Throne, which is a bit annoying. Our Maester died, so we'll replace him with Garce. Not the best Maester, but the only one we've got without having to spend money. So it's just a case of kind of figuring out what we can do now, because we can't attack Sarsfield at the moment because he has more men. He wants us to be a commander. We'll accept it now because it gives us a bit more prestige, and there aren't any wars going on, so we're not going to get dragged away. It would be nice possibly to have a daughter or have another child, just to kind of make sure the Cleganes have plenty of living members. Do have quite a lot still. There are a few from other families. So House Gullion, fair enough. Prince of the Roinier. So Lucas is no longer Senchal, so he arrived and then a couple of months later died, so we'll replace him with Allard Rivers, the younger one we brought in. Bit unfortunately he died so quickly. We also need a Sworn Shield. Is there anyone any good? Pretty sure it's going to be the same people, except Mirelle... Oh, she left my court and then came back. That would explain why. She didn't actually get a claim on the Iron Throne, which is... okay, because it's King Walder's daughter, so when he dies, she may get a claim on the Iron Throne, which would be interesting to say the least. Sir Jeremy, sincerely ask that I be allowed to pursue a career as a Septon of the Faith of the Seven. But he's the heir to the throne. Ugh, I mean, sure, if that's what you want. Hang on. Today my brother Tragar asked me for a fief of his own to govern. Well, no, because I don't have anything I can give you. I'll say I'll promise to arrange it for later day. So, if he's going for a Faith of the Seven trait, can he still be the heir? Can he still inherit land? I guess so, maybe. I'll let him do it anyway. I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't be able to inherit, and then the woman that I just got Tragar married to would then inherit, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, unfortunately. So he wants tendering to rule for himself. Well, I can't give away more land because I don't have a high lordship. We have 5.16 thousand men, they have 5.3. We do also have an alliance with Tarbeck Hall, but they only have about 1,000 men. Less than that, 500 men. Not useful at all. I mean, if we could get an alliance with, the Reach or something, we'd be in a good position to start taking more land. Are there any high lordships with less men? Craig Hall have more men. Cornfield doesn't exist, technically. You need those three for it. What about Case? Case has 6,000 men. Ashmark, probably going to have quite a lot of men. 7,000 men. So, unfortunately, at the moment, we are probably one of the weaker lords in the Rock. Because of losing Lannisport to our brother, we've lost a lot of troops and a lot of power. He really doesn't like us because we have the titles that he believes should be his. Apparently we're going to war again. Not quite sure what for. I believe we're being raided and they're raising men to stop that. Or are they actually joining the war against the king beyond the wall? King Lenol Crowkiller. So he's fighting to try and take the wall. Is he going to manage to... He's only got 2,000 men, whereas the Night's Watch have 2.9 thousand men. And, of course, people are going to help them. After many months studying the campaigns of King Gerald I Lannister, you've acquired many fascinating insights and gain new wisdom in military matters. You realise the art of war might be well worth studying, so we can become a strategist, which gives us 2 martial and 1 stewardship. We'll go for that. Improves our martial, and we have a lifestyle choice now of being a strategist. 19 martial and 9 stewardship. Pretty good stats, to be honest. Obviously, martial still could be higher, like his is 26. He's actually Master at Arms of the Rock. So, Arwen of the Reach and Liesa Clegane can now get married. Fingers crossed when they're actually married, he'll accept an alliance. I've just realised I'm probably going to have to give him a dowry, aren't I? Oh, possibly not, actually. Fair enough. Okay, he'll accept alliance now. That is very useful indeed, because he has quite a lot of men. How many men does he have, actually, at this point? He has 23,000 men. That is a good amount. So, the only question is whether he'd actually join the wars, because we could possibly try and attack Sarsfield now. But of course, the danger is, again, that if King Tion decides we're not allowed to do that, he's going to make us make peace, and that's going to cost us a lot of time. He's back asking for another fiefdom. I'm going to have to tell him I don't have anything to give him, and he's now declared me a tyrant. That's not useful. So our monthly prestige is a bit lower, and the vassals don't like us as much, which is going to cost us a few men. Actually, we still have a lot of men. 5.42. Pretty much the same, really. And I think that's... Okay, we're fully reinforced now. To be honest, I think I'm going to go for it. Oh, hang on, what's this? I was inspecting the damage to the highest tower in Oxcross when the head of Dunstan appeared outside the window, 50 metres above ground. What should I do with the curious child? So I can either say curiosity has never killed anyone, which could make him brave, honest, wounded or crippled, teach him a lesson, which would make him crippled, or strictly forbid him to climb the tower. I'm going to go for the top one. And hope... Okay, he's getting the honest trait. I was hoping he'd be brave, but... good enough. The only problem now at the moment is we are currently leading men for him. How are our commanders? How good are they? One of them's okay, one of them's not bad. If we could get another good commander... in fact, actually, we're just marching north, so I'm actually going to resign as a commander for now. We could offer a non-aggression pact. He won't accept it, of course. I'm going to try and find a better commander, and then we'll go to war. I'm not going to invite a dragon to my court, funnily enough. Don't think it's going to accept it. I don't speak dragon. So who's the best commander we could call in? Peter Mallister. 21 Marshal. You're definitely coming to my court. Is there anyone else any better? He's Black Brother, so he won't join us. We'll go for that, and then we'll have 3 good commanders, including myself. Hopefully we can take Sarsfield. I think this time, if he decides that he wants us to stop, I will declare peace, because we're young enough at the moment that we'll still be able to have time to declare war another time. So it's not like this is our only chance. So let's go for it. Let's get some excitement in this episode and try and... Hang on, why can't we claim all of it? I thought we had claims on everything. What's going on? Yeah, I have a claim on Oxcross. Do I have to declare war on them individually? I'm so confused. Who's even in charge here? Do I have to declare war against him to claim it? No. Okay, I am so confused at the moment. Or have I still got a... I don't even know anymore. I'm just going to claim Oxcross for myself. Is that not technically... No, it is. High Lordship of... So why is that separate? Why can't I take all of them at once? I have a claim on all of them, don't I? Sarsfield Gold... Yeah. I'm very confused, but I'm going to go for it anyway. I'm going to claim Oxcross for myself. And then call up all my men. March him to tendering. Depending on how many men he calls up, I may have to bring in my ally, but we'll see how the first battle goes. We managed to win it comfortably with our superior commanders. I don't think we'll need to call the Reach in, but we'll wait and see. So I will lead from... I think I'll lead from the middle because I've got the unyielding trait. Peter had the flanker ability, so he'll go on that side, and Dior will be on the other side. So we'll try and march in as soon as possible. He's got 6,000 men. We're going to say where we are for now and hope we can win this war. In fact, I'm going to call the Reach in just in... Okay, I can't call them into this battle. No, I can call Tarbeck Hall in, though, so they might be able to send a few men. Let's see how this first battle goes. This could go horribly, horribly wrong. Okay, they refuse to join my war. Great, thanks, guys. My wife's pregnant, at least. That's some advantage. I'm just hoping that our better commanders will help us here. And of course, we're on the defensive at the moment, so we should have the advantage against them. We have fixed positions. We are winning this battle, and we did actually manage to win the battle, so that's good. How many... what sort of garrison there? So we should be able to take Sarsfield quite easily and take his capital. It is Oxcross we're trying to take, of course, but we should be able to take Sarsfield, and hopefully that will end the war. In fact, actually, if we go to Morn Hill and trap them there before they can come back, are they going to beat us to it? No, we should... just about there. Yeah, I was going to say they're probably going to sit there now, because if I got to Morn Hill and they tried to cross, we're going to have a massive advantage over them. So try and take Sarsfield now. So far he's not said anything about us trying to take more land, which is good, but I'm still confused about why it's only letting me take Oxcross and not Sarsfield and Goldshire. So it looks like they're coming back now to try and besiege us. My son is responding to tutelage, gains 2 intrigue and the trait humble, so he's turning into a very good character now. We've lost a lot of men to disease just then while we're besieging this land. We're going to have to jump across and stop them from besieging our land. Who's going to get there first? They're going to get there first, but again, we have very good commanders, so we should be okay. They are now on the defensive though, so they may have the advantage in that sense. But we are winning this battle anyway, cutting down their numbers. Sir Andros ran from me. He didn't want to fight me on the battlefield. We have managed to win the battle there. So we'll go back to besieging Sarsfield. We are very quickly winning this war. And actually this is useful if they have to go up to Ashmar, because we can block them off whichever way they go. So hopefully now this should be a pretty easy cruise to victory in this war. Just need to make sure we're not stupid and waste men or anything. So they're going to try and go to Oxcross, I think, and go round us, but we'll be able to cut them off anyway. Hopefully, anyway, fingers crossed. So we'll wait for them to go into Oxcross, although is that mountains? Ah, that is mountains. They're all mountains, actually. So it doesn't matter where we fight them, they're going to have a slight advantage either way. So we'll see if we can beat them to there. 12th of February, 11th of February. We might just catch them as long as nothing slows us down. Which it didn't, so this should hopefully get us to 100% if we manage to win this battle. Which, again, we should be able to win this battle, so... we're up to 75%. Managed to capture another Hedge Knight. And we've had a son called Arnold. Well, I'm not... actually, no, I will call him Arnold, won't I? Yeah. He is sickly, though, which is a bit unfortunate, but we'll call him Arnold. After our father, of course. So this war is taking a bit longer than I expected, but... as long as we take some more land and make some progress, I'll feel a bit happier about this episode and kind of recent events in general. Because we have taken a hit by losing Lannisport, but hopefully we can start to claim some land back. It's annoying he won't form an alliance with us as well, that would be useful. But we'll stick with it for now. I'll probably besiege... no, I won't assault Oxcross, they've got too much garrison. I feel like I need to stop them from besieging Tendring, because it's got even less of a... I'm going to have to. Because it's only got about 700 men guarding it, so... they'll break that quite quickly, probably quicker than I can break Oxcross. But he can finish off this army. Is he actually leading that army? No, he's in Sarsfield. Septon Lorien wants a reward. I'll give him that reward. It's only 10 gold. Should be fine. So Claude of Fangtower has become a more proficient commander. So we've gone from an incompetent commander to a dutiful commander. So our marshal is increasing all the time, which is nice. We've managed to win that battle again. Let's besiege Sarsfield because that's where... I know, suddenly he's leading these troops, so we'll probably chase them down at some point. We'll chase them down now. Marshal Sir Othos told me about his ideas. Wants me to adopt his ideas to get more levy size. We'll do that, because we need all the troops we can get at the moment. So they're going to be trapped in... is that Frostfires? Feastfires, sorry. My prisoner wants a better cell. Well, he's just a Hedge Knight, I believe. Yeah, so I'll give him a bit to sell. I've not got any sort of rivalry with him. No point making him unhappy. We'll put him in a nice home arrest. So Otho wants a reward now. I'll give him a reward. His martial ability has been useful for us. I'm hopeful we can capture... no, we didn't manage to capture him, but their army's now too small to besiege any of my settlements, so we should be able to take these quite easily. But we are just taking Oxcross, and I don't understand, because we do have a claim on all the lordships, but we can only attack Oxcross for some reason, which is very confusing. Dunson is slowly learning about the art of swordsmanship. I'm hoping he can become a formidable fighter as well. None of my sons are betrothed at the moment, which is something we need to sort after the war is finished. So hopefully this will be a quick end to this war. Now we're besieging Sarsfield. Is he still leading these men? No, he's back in Sarsfield, so hopefully we can capture him as well. How many more days? 30 days until we can assault the holding. I'm actually just going to speed up time and let the siege play out normally. I don't feel like there's any need. I mean, it would make more sense just to attack Oxcross, but attacking Sarsfield, we can kind of lower the amount of troops they've got, so next time we want to fight them, they'll have even less troops, and Sarsfield will be an easy capture. I feel like this is kind of long-term thinking, rather than just attacking Oxcross. Plus it means Oxcross will have a full complement of troops for when we take it, so that instantly it's going to be useful for us. So we're over 50% now, 58.4%. We've got a claim on Lannisport. It's going to make me bankrupt, that's the problem. I'm going to use it anyway, just so I have the claim there. And I'm going to improve diplomatic relations with... Do I have a better Justiciar, actually? Not particularly that I can swap him with. So I'll move him to Castle Rock, try and improve King Tion's relationship with me. That's the word I'm looking for. My wife is pregnant again. Hopefully we can have a daughter we can marry off for an alliance. Still waiting on this siege to finish. How do I want to educate my son Victor Clegane? Well, obviously I want to train him to be a good commander. Again, we are losing so much money, but it's necessary at this point to get the best characters we can. Some of our men have died in a presumed disease. We're at 90%, so this will be done very soon. And hopefully this will be enough to get us to 100%. And it did. We can release any prisoners in that we find. And I can arrest the entire family. Get some hostages ready. So we now own Oxcross as well, but for some reason I don't understand why we can't attack why we couldn't attack all of them at once. And we now have a truce as well, which is even more annoying, for 10 years. So we're kind of stuck now in terms of taking Sarsfield. I mean, we can attack them, but it costs us a lot of reputation. But I think I'll wrap this episode up now. This episode has gone on quite long, and I kind of want to take some time to think about our options, try and figure out sort of what we can do to advance. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out if someone could explain why I couldn't attack all of them despite the fact I had a claim. I'd be very appreciative. But for now, I'm going to wrap this episode up now. If you have enjoyed the video, please do feel free to leave a like. It's not compulsory, but it is always appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.